guys, welcome to another mukbang review of Asian American cinema. Today we're eating roasted broccoli with rice and hummus. And the movie we're talking about today is Tigertail. So my last one like this, I reviewed Crazy Rich Asians, and it actually got like up to 100 views because it was one of the earliest reviews of it on YouTube. So hopefully this does the same. So Tigertail came out on Friday. Today's Saturday. So technically, not technically. So on Thursday, midnight, when it became Friday, my sister watched it as soon as it came out. I don't know if she watched it at midnight, but sometime in the AM from that transition between Thursday and Friday. And when I woke up to text from her because her sleep schedule's fucked. Tigertail was horrible. Let me read you the text. Okay. LOL at 5:29 a.m. Friday morning. LOL, Tigertail was bad and reviews agree with me. I want my time back. I would have not finished it if I had to watch it on normal speed. So the reviews are kind of mixed. So I had to see it for myself, see what was going on. Maybe I should eat first and then talk. This isn't a mukbang after all. How do people do this? I'm trying to eat. I'm going to pause this and talk about Tigertail after I finish eating. Let's start from the opening scene. The opening scene is of the young protagonist in the fields of Taiwan, where he's been sent to live with his grandparents by his mom, who is looking for work in the city, and his dad has died. So he's living with his grandma, and the movie opens with him in the field, and he has these illusions, like it's a mirage, right, of his parents, and he runs to tell his grandma that he's seeing his parents. His parents are there. And his grandma's like, shut up, you talk too much. And that's not supposedly, but that will play a big factor in the rest of the movie. And I'll get to that in a second, but, and then like these Chinese soldiers come, and I think, this is where this scene feels out of place. Not out of place, but it is, you understand. So these Chinese soldiers, I don't know the history of Taiwan as well as I could have if this movie had expanded on the history more, but what I'm assuming based on this movie is that these were two Chinese soldiers, and they're coming to check to see if the protagonist's grandmother is housing unlisted people. So the grandma tells the boy to hide in the cabinet, and basically that's it. And I know like these are Chinese officials, not Taiwanese officials, because like they speak Mandarin, or they talk about how telling the grandma you really shouldn't be speaking Taiwanese anymore, because Mandarin's now the required language or whatever. But that's it. Like that scene really has no purpose because we never see the grandma again. And then doesn't explore the history of Taiwan. And it really that plot, that storyline about him having to hide in the cupboard has nothing to do with the rest of the movie. So even more so, like after this scene, the boy goes back to the fields, and he conveniently runs into this little girl who would become Yuan, his love interest in the movie. Just so convenient that this boy is all sad about being lonely, having no friends, his parents are gone, he's there by himself, and just conveniently he runs into this girl, and they become best friends for the next year. So that to me signaled to me that was some lazy script writing on Alan Yang's part, in my opinion. Then flash forward to when the main character, what's his name again? I forgot the main character's name. This is why people do research for videos, so they don't end up with this, but you know, I'm lazy and I just like talking. If I were to prepare a script, then that would defeat the purpose of video, because then I would just write an actual review of the movie, which I was taught to do, and like, this is not an official review. This is just everything that's wrong with the movie, you know, kind of like those YouTube videos. What is the main character's name? See, that's how much I don't like this main character. I don't know his name. Okay, his name is See, I'm not confident in my Chinese at all. Like, his name is Pin Dui. Okay, I don't even know if I said that wrong, even though I took 3 years of Chinese Mandarin. Anyways, battery pack died. This video is as lazy as Alan Yang's script writing. Ooh, okay. So flash forward, he's a young adult now. He's in this like bar and he's like dancing with the girl who he met earlier, who moved away. So this is like they're reconnected. They're in the same city now. He's dancing away, and like a pivotal moment is like when he says to the girl, oh, they start talking about their dreams and how, so both of them, he wants to move to America, and the girl's like, oh, will you take me if you go to America? And he's like, of course. He says, 当然. So, which, as we know from the trailer, that doesn't happen. So basically, the trailer kind of tells you what the whole movie is about, which is unfortunate, which is bad, because trailers aren't supposed to do that. You're supposed to, the movie's supposed to be actually deeper than the trailer. So, let's see. So, and then blah, blah, blah. They're obviously dating. They obviously like each other. So one day, so after they're dancing, he's like suggesting that they go to this very expensive restaurant to eat, because he's like, oh, let me treat you, whatever. Then he realized, oh, this is what, the next part that annoyed me was they were at the restaurant, and this boy, so this boy like has this obvious chip on his shoulder, and he's like, this poor kid, he really doesn't like that. So he's like, oh, if that waiter is being so arrogant, I'm like, I didn't see any arrogance of the waiter at all. The waiter is like asking, have you been there before? And that's like a common thing people ask people that when you're new to a restaurant. He's like, no. And then this boy's like lying, like, no, of course not. We've been here plenty of times. But then, whatever. So at the end of this dinner, they realize they can't afford for this meal, so they run out. So they run out, and then this girl asks him, like, why, how come you never show me your place? And he's like, well, it'd be too fancy. It's too fancy. I don't want to show you. So that really annoyed me. This is like the beginning of, you can see this main character's character flaws. It was really annoying because he was lying to this girl, basically, men suck, lying to this girl, trying to impress her. That is the first lie he ever told in this movie. Not the first lie ever, but he's like, oh, I don't want to show you. So he's basically lying just to impress this girl, which really annoyed me. So on the side, this main character is also working at the factory with his mom, and it becomes really annoying because he's like, his mom is like obviously better at his work than he is. Like, she keeps calling him slow and stuff, but like this boy's like, oh no, I'm a boy. I'm gonna protect you, mom, and like always trying to protect her and shit, but like she clearly can do the work. And so he's like, oh, this is such hard work for you. I feel so bad for you, mom. Like, my goal is for you to retire and not work anymore. And like, this is my favorite scene, my favorite, one of two favorite characters for me. The mom goes, while they're having dinner, and you have a plan for that? You already know how you gonna do this? Come on, laughing at him. So she's a badass, and then so this boy decides on himself, like, oh, I'm gonna go to America so I can help my mom. So he never like asks his mom what she wants. This is all in his brain. I'm gonna provide my mom for a better life. So at the same time, So this is where the story kicks in. So he talks to the boss at the factory where he works. His boss has propositioned him before to bring his daughter, the boss's daughter, to America, and he'll pay for it if this boy can bring his daughter to America. So because of this desire for this boy to provide for his mom, he takes up on the offer and he leaves without telling his girlfriend, Yuan. And so that was the second thing this trash man did. Actually the third thing. Second thing was trying to be the savior for his mom. And so the third thing was leaving his girlfriend without telling her that he was leaving. So he leaves for America, and it's obvious, like, his wife, his now wife, and named Jen Jen, she and him obviously aren't compatible. Like, we can clearly see the chemistry between the guy and his girlfriend and the two now married couple, because they went on a couple dates. Oh, wait! He lied to this girl on one of their final dates. His girlfriend asked, "Why are you late? Like, where have you been?" And he says, "No, I was just at home." He was such a liar. I hate him. I hate him so much. Such a liar. So didn't tell his girlfriend where he was really, about the situation, about what he's trying to do. Anyway, so the story picks up. It gets better when he's in America. I actually really enjoyed that part of the movie about like the immigrant struggles and whatever. We see his wife, Jen Jen, like lonely. All she does is cook and clean all day. And then one day at the laundromat, she meets this older Taiwanese lady. She walks up to her and was like, "Are you starts speaking to her?" I don't remember if she spoke in Mandarin or Taiwanese, but she's like, "Hey, are you Taiwanese?" And like they developed this friendship, which was great. And then like, so this lady, Jen Jen, really like starts to find herself in America, because her older lady, her friend does like tell her that, hey, you should go to school and stuff. But we'll get to that in a second. So yeah, side note, yeah, the Taiwanese language thing, I think a lot of people liked this movie because of that reason. Like, it was very authentic. It made Taiwanese people felt seen. But aside from that, the movie is trash. Just kidding, that's a trash, but okay. So, notice how I'm doing this all from memory. I'm a genius, just kidding. So, let's see. So in America, the guy finds a job. He's walking around the neighborhood. He finds a help wanted sign for like I think they're in New York. It's like, I don't know what exactly is a pagoda, but I think that's what a pagoda is. A little convenience store. Is that the same? And he finds a job there. And basically, he works there every day. She stays home every day in this tiny dinky apartment that they eventually are wealthy enough to like buy furnishings and all that. And then one day, he comes home tired from work, and she isn't home, and he gets angry because there's not food in the kitchen. There's nothing in the refrigerator, and he gets angry at her. So that was like the fifth thing I didn't like about him. So she was at her friend's house, and the friend was telling her, hey, you should go to school, because before she was in Taiwan, she was on her way to getting a degree in teaching. So her friend was telling her, you could do, like, trying to help her do that in America. Then like her husband immediately shuts it down, like, oh, even when we have kids, you're going to stay home anyway, so there's no point in going to school. So yeah, this man is trash. So eventually, one cute scene, or a couple cute scenes that show like how different they were like the dancing scene where he plays a record that he and his girlfriend used to dance to, and then his now wife admits to him, like, I don't like dancing. But the wife is like trying here. She's like, do you want to dance? Like, I don't like dancing, but I will try for you. And the guy automatically just like, no, it's okay, I don't want to dance. Like, what a loser! She's trying here. And then like, he buys a keyboard buys a keyboard and was like, hey, we can learn together. And then, but in later scenes, it's shown that as time goes by, like the keyboard just is completely unused because there's stuff piling on it. But so it seems like she never learned how to play it. And the guy was like, oh, maybe we'll learn together, but because while she was out, he had already learned it. So that was like not key, but you can see that the relationship is not good. Anyway, so flash forward, at the same time, it's like told through flashbacks between scenes of when the main character is older and with his daughter. But okay, flash forward to this plot line of him and his wife. This is why she's my favorite character, aside from the mom. The kids are all grown up, and he comes home and she's on the couch. She's like, I want a divorce. And she's like, you never cared about anyone else except yourself, and I thought you could grow into that, but you never did. I only stayed in this marriage for the kids. So she's a badass for recognizing that she deserves better, and she leaves him. And we see it later in the scene in the present day that she has a new husband, and she's still a teacher, and they're going on vacations and shit. So that's nice. And he also, one of the main argument points was like he's saying like, you're ungrateful. Like, I brought you to America, and she's like, that my father paid for. Also back the last time we see the interaction with him and his mom is that he's calling on his phone, talking to her, like, hey, the apartment's all ready for you to come over. And she's like, I never wanted to come over. That was your dream. I'm like, yes, Mom. Amen. Yes, Mom. You go, girl. So anyways, in the present day, the main conflict is between, I think this is like one of the main reasons people like this movie so much is because this dad, now in present day, main character, he's very quiet and he doesn't say much, and he's not really a good dad to his daughter. The brother is never shown because he's an artist touring in Europe or whatever, but so the main storyline is that this girl's trying to get to know her dad, but he never opens up. And we're supposed to believe that the reason he never opens up because of that earlier scene I mentioned, the first scene that I mentioned where his grandma told him you talk too much, and that's why he doesn't talk, which I think is really, come on. Like, because we can see him clearly talking to his girlfriend. He can talk. The boy can talk. He's not shutting up. So, but anyways. So I think a lot of people connect with that, like not being able to connect with their immigrant fathers, but I feel like that part, like for me, was fine, but like a lot of people might not get that, and they might need the film to delve into that more. So a lot of reviews are like, this movie was too short and not deep enough. And I did connect a little bit to this because I don't, like, it's hard for me to talk to my dad too, but it's not that bad compared to this relationship between the daughter and her dad. But one moment where she talks about how, this is another thing, like a minor detail, like this actress, beautiful, like very good actress, I don't know, I haven't seen it in her, but I didn't like her. Like, something about like her didn't fit into this role for me. Like, I didn't enjoy her playing this role. Was like, my husband or boyfriend left me, and she's clearly upset, and she wants her dad to support her and say something to make her feel better, but he can't. All he said was, that sucks, basically. And she gets really upset about that. And I felt that because after my breakup, like, I went home and like, my parents didn't make me feel better at all. It just made the situation worse. They didn't even try to like make me feel better. But I connect with that. But anyway, so then randomly, so here's another lazy script writing, just conveniently, the main character goes on Facebook and finds Gwen, and they start chatting, and it makes him all giggly and happy, and she meets him up to New York for lunch, and that's it. But it was just annoying to me that, how convenient that he just randomly wants to find this lady on Facebook now. Like, why is he doing this? It's just like too convenient for the plot, you know? And then, anyway, so that ex-wife of his tells him to open up more, or someone tells him to open up more to his daughter, and eventually he opens up about his past girlfriend, and the movie ends with them in Taiwan together. And I thought that was a satisfying ending because, like, it shows that the dad is making progress in that character growth and that he's opening up to his daughter. My sister wasn't satisfied with it. And I can look back at the text to see what else I missed. But while he's like talking to Win, apparently she knows about his kids, which there's like a plot hole there. My sister, I was like, it wasn't that bad as you said about a book we had talked about, a fun summer read or whatever. She said it was not fun though. It made me annoyed. There was nothing enjoyable, made me smile or laugh. And I said, but it's his immigrant experience. She compares it to other Asian American films like Burning and Miss Purple. They were dark but enjoyable, not necessarily fun, but satisfying. She says this ending wasn't satisfying because you don't see the feelings surrounding it. You just see him going through the process of walking around and him showing her things, no emotion. And overall, the film felt very procedural. So that is my honest review of Tigertail. That was kind of abrupt ending, and I don't think that's a satisfying ending either to this video. But that's my review of Tigertail and everything wrong with it. Basically, hate the main character, some lazy script writing that was too convenient. Which made the movie very procedural, like this had to happen, then this happened, then this happened to get to the main goal. So yeah. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe for more. Bye! Also forgot to mention that this morning Phil Wang of Wong Fu Productions posted about his own short film he made in Taiwan in 2010, which is 1000% a direct shade to Tigertail, because my sister told me that she listened to a podcast of him on the Fung Brothers, with the Fung Brothers, and he mentioned how we've made it when we're allowed to be mediocre. And so I'm saying he thinks his film is better and that Tigertail is mediocre, and like some some idiot commenter was like, oh Phil, you should go watch Tigertail. It's the exact same thing. I'm like, do you not think that Phil is 100% aware of Tigertail? Really? Come on. Like, this is obviously a shade at Tigertail. And because I know, like, he's always been angry about, like, how, like, there's a clear divide between YouTube Asians and, like, Asians in Hollywood. Because a lot of Asians in Hollywood think they're too good or whatever. And, like, I know Wong Fu has been rejected by a lot of major production companies for stuff. So it's like, the writing's on the wall, guys. Y'all are dumb.